I'm excited as shit to have you on this couch right now.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate you for having me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, let's interview. You want to do the interview?
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go.
You don't even understand, man. I was riding the car with my mom because we was going somewhere, and I pulled up on you. I think you see me when I rode past, but I came back around the block, and there is no coming around the block. You got to go up 2 more blocks and come back around. And I hopped out the car. You was standing out there with your nephew. I'm like, yo, I know you. You know what I mean? You probably see me around or whatever because you was looking like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Nah, it was like, hey, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Cause you know me, I'm cordial with everybody.
Right.
I'm cordial as fuck with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I just speak and be like, who the people?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I keep myself surrendered with the folks I know.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't know you, it's just like, hey, that's it.
Yeah.
You introduce yourself. It's like, oh, okay.
You accessible in the hood, like you around, you know, especially with all the things you have done. You know, it's kind of hard. Oh, I'm not gonna say hard. It's kind of just like a surprise to see you around.
Well, we're from the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It's how it keep you grounded. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sometimes when you could be physically somewhere, and your mind could be somewhere else.
That's absolutely right.
So it's like it's one of the things. It's like what you make it. Like it's what you make this thing. So it's like when they call it the hood, it can be a neighbor. It's just a neighborhood and people around. It's like whatever. I'd rather be hood than ghetto.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So
what's the difference? Hood and ghetto.
You know what? That's what it's the terminology. It's your mindset. It's what you make it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know. I think ghetto was poverty and just like probably people at a low totem pole, and once they cut the middle class out with rich and poor, but even poor people wanted to be up, so they started having their thing going on for whatever reason they wanted to have their thing going on for to try to make some money. You know what I'm saying? That's that when we jump in this world. We're not handed nothing.
Yeah.
We're not handed anything. We just we gotta go grind for it. So you know what I'm saying. I don't call it a hood because it's a condo right around the corner. Yeah. And if you're a homeowner, you're a homeowner. So how is it a hood?
Have you always are you from West Philly?
Yeah, born and raised. Born and raised. I'm from West.
How did y'all hook up? Because everybody seems like that with state property. Because I feel like everybody's all spread out. You got some from Badlands, some from North Philly. It's just like being South Philly. How did y'all link up?
Well, that was a merger between a company and Rockefeller.
Right.
Rockefeller felt like that merger was like made sense. Once we burned Hot 97, then it was like, push state property. Yeah. State of emergency. Let me get the cash up. It's state of emergency. So it's like that's what it was. You know, state property was one of them power forces that just couldn't be a force to be reckoned with, and it just was what it was at the time. And we had them from '99 to 2000s, and that's what it was.
So think about that transition, like coming from where you come from in West Philly, going into the industry, because you came in the industry in a young age.
Yeah, we always did. Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 18. 18 went to the game, and I don't know. You know what? You know, it was like you know, it was two things we could have did. We could have just stayed in the hood where that mentality at that time it was vicious. That mentality we was in. Like I was just talking to myself. Then you come outside and you see people getting shot at, the bullets are whizzing past everybody. So if you got the music, if you could try to do it over again and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This is what, you know. So it was like then it was an opportunity somebody was giving to you, and you just ran with it. Like all right, like, you know, let's go for it now. Don't never get it. And then we made history. So that it is what it is.
Yeah, y'all definitely did make history because just looking at that time period, like we always talk about. Me and my friends always talk about labels. Like at one point it was Bad Boy, then Cash Money, and you gotta throw Rockefeller in there, and then Young Money, and everybody just, you know, developing and being a great team player or label they was. So just in that time frame, did you see a difference between people like treating you different because you were on, or you would get a different type of money?
Yeah, I used to run through the neighborhood. I used to run through the neighborhood and be smiling like that. I felt like that. At one point, sometimes when you got money, you feel like everybody's against you.
Right. For real.
And then you get to a time in your life, it's like, all right, then you grow up. So when you're young, you got a young man mentality. And when you mature and you grow, you got a mature mentality. So you know, you're young, you think different.
Now, I was watching an interview with Just Blazed. He said that he had no issues with giving Jay beats or so or beans, but when it came to you and him didn't really have a good relationship. He said you came in there and you felt entitled to beats. Like, where my beats at?
I'm not a Cam Ryan. I love Cam, And I just and I always took the perspective of what people were saying, but I was the underdog. It wasn't. It was like I know that story was leaked publicly, like, but you know, I never was a bully to Just Blaze. I just wanted to know why you didn't think my stories matched your beats. It was like, you know, you production like me today. I just tear down any beat I get. Any beat I get, I just tear that shit down. And but Just Blaze, I just felt like you was in house. Why I ain't have a beat? Right. So we did bump heads a few times, but you know, Just Blaze went on to be great, and that's what he went in his direction. I went in mine. I don't think today I ever had a Just Blaze beat. To this day, so it is what it is. You know, it ain't against the, you know, Just Blaze. It's just like he was in house.
Were you like ever shelf it like with Rockefeller? Because I just feel like
it was one of them things with us. We just kicked it during. When I kick it during, with me, I was a leader. I was one of them guys. You know, I ain't sitting around. I'm gonna write 2 hooks. I'm gonna give you a hook. I'm gonna give you 2 verses, and I'm gonna bust my moves. And that's what I'm gonna do. You shelf me, I'm gonna leak a record. I'm gonna put new artists on, and I'm gonna break barriers. That's what it was. So that's what I did, and that's what it was. So you know, other guys, it's like. I felt like, okay, if y'all was shutting the door on me, I'm gonna open another one.
I know that's right.
I'm gonna open another one. So that's just what it was.
It was also cool too. They felt like you were a liability inside of
me
in the label, yeah, because of I guess the legal issues that you were going through that made things hard. But they believed in your potential. It was just your mind was on other thing.
I did Give It To Me.
Yeah.
I did State Property 1. I had a partner, so I don't know if you're talking about Oskino. Or you're talking about Omillio Sparks. I know people looked at the name and say, oh, Sparks, it meant 2 people. But today it's OS, it means Omillio Sparks.
Right.
At that time,
he also got a twin too.
Yeah, at that time, I had a partner. So I don't think I was a liability to anything. I was always an asset. If you doing blockbuster movies and people are winning, I don't think you were a liability in it. And I guess a lot of guys felt like that. Well, it ain't just you know, me, and you know, it's just Omillio Sparks because it was a breakup with the group at one point. It was a whole. It wasn't just me as a person. It was a collectively, and it, you know, one decision can affect a lot of motherfuckers. So you know, that's all that was. But I don't think I was an asset. I talked about this. You know what's funny about that when you say ghetto and hood? I talked about this because I try to refrain. I try to separate myself from different shit, from different things. I try to take myself to a different zone and be like, all right, with that, let's look at this and look at the perspective of it. And be like, all right, then if I talk to you on this level, that means I talk to you because I was from that place. Right. But I'm here now. So it's like I don't understand when people say, hey, you were a liability. Maybe I was. Maybe I was. So, and I just had to source some of my assets.
I was thinking too, like you're young, you're 18, you know, coming in the game, and you got money, you getting money, so.
Right. At that time you're young, so like I said, you know, it was a lot of room for mistakes. So you make mistakes, and then a lot of people do that. You know, I learned. That's the only thing about us, man. They today is like, you know, it's the new guys out there, and it's like, all right, y'all guys out there, but it was room for mistakes and error and stuff like that, and. You know, it's about admitting when you're wrong. So if you can admit when you're wrong, they say they make you great. And so all guys make mistakes on business. So when you're young and they give you cash, what do? You mess up. You shop, you spend money on a whole lot of other things. You spend money on people, and you make the economy to go around. You don't dig it, but you spend millions and millions of dollars on a lot of other stuff. So that's all that was. So.
Now I noticed you brought up Jay-Z with the song, and you said it before in other interviews that you didn't get your credit for Give It To Me.
No, he gave it to me. I think that Jay finally, I was like, I was like, yo, hold up. That's what I mean, like, oh, hold up. I was like, he finally gave me, I was like, yo, he finally gave me my props. I was like, that's what's up. Yeah. I'm like, bet. You know what I'm saying?
How long did it take you before you got your props?
This took a while. So it take time. I guess it take time for people to be like, all right, we at this place now. We're at this place. It's like, it's like, let's get this guy's props. So he finally gave it to you. So when I look back, I was like, So you know, I'm like, it's like, you know what I mean? One of them things like, but I was like, that's what's up.
How did he get the song? Like, how did that come about?
Which one? Give It To Me?
Yeah. Because allegedly it was a different song.
No, Give It To Me would have been a single for Jay. Jay needed a single at the time. He was doing a Dynasty album. They was doing parking lot pimping and all that kind of stuff, and he needed a single. Jay needed a single, so you know he needed something that was going to gravitate to the public and over the airways, you know, just tear radio down. So he was like, he recorded. You know, he record. And I was in the B room, he was in the A room, chilling. And I was over there doing Give It To Me. I'm rapping. I'm gonna give it to me. You know, my mom was somewhere else. And he was over here, he needed a single. My mom was somewhere, he needed a single. So that's what was going on. So like we came together collectively, and there you have it. I think it's been out there, you know.
And you said he was the big homie.
It even to the day surfaces.
They still play that in the club all the time.
Surface on television.
Yeah.
That vocals even surface on television. So
how you feel when you still hear it in like clubs and on TV and shit like that?
it's something, you know, I look back like, oh, you know, it's something to talk about.
Yeah.
That's why I be like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I be like, you feel me? That's why I be like in the cut. You feel me?
I put up a post on Instagram and I got a lot of different input, and I said, damn, you know, don't take me wrong for saying this. I said Beans was definitely supposed to be where Rick Ross is at today.
You think what do you mean today? Who said that?
I put a post up.
Oh, you felt like that?
I felt that. I said,
you think that's not because you from Philly? That's how you. Because we Philly, we some vicious motherfucking critics. So it's like we're the vicious most critic. I thought I was my worst critic, but I was like Philly's diehard fans. So that's why, you know. So when you stream, when we go back, it's like, damn, Philly, why you still here? You just one of them diehard people. It's like, damn, that's home.
Yeah,
that's home. So home is home.
So Beans being the big dog, you know, I don't want to say boss, but he definitely was, you know, up there. State Property, pretty much the leader, the face of State Property.
He was there first. He was there first. Mac. I don't think Rockefeller was Jay-Z and Bleak, and then Mac was there, and then State Prop came.
Do you think he handled his business right with State Property?
What do you mean?
As far as, you know, the movies and clothing line and putting y'all in the right position and brand and everything.
You know what's wild about that? Everybody got meetings. Everybody have a meeting, and they take their meetings. Us as individuals, as groups, we take deals, and as individuals, we take deals, and collectively do things. So, you know, everybody, like I said, I don't know what he was doing behind closed doors, but, you know, he was busting his moves because he had family to feed too. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like a couple families that you're talking about. You ain't just talking about just Beans in itself. That's families being fed. So everybody think about families. We ain't just talking about one collective, one individual. We're talking about families. So I don't know if he made bad choices or somebody else might feel that way. Yeah. Somebody else might feel like, well, hey, this guy might have screwed up. I don't know, because I wasn't in the room with him to check him and say, hey, you screwed up. So, you know, I can't say, all right, that's what happened.
Do you think the drugs kind of just derailed a lot of things?
What do you mean drugs? It's always a trending thing. Hold on, let's get into it. Shades. Oh, now hold up. Now, as far as drugs, now this what throws me off. That I don't know what answer to do, a politically correct answer, or do you get the? But you know what? He said some real shit on his album. He said, man, they said he sound better on drugs anyway. So he said some real shit on his album. So I was like, damn, he said some real shit that makes sense. So I don't know if the drugs ruined him or the media frenzies. I don't know. I don't know what ruined him. But he was a talented artist.
He was, yeah.
And I never walked in his shoes, so I can't tell you the level of shit he went through. So I can't tell you that. So
just the breakup of the whole State Property and Rockefeller, you know, how did that affect you?
The breakup?
Just the whole thing that just went down, because it seemed so messy.
It was like a bad relationship. It was devastating because we was winning, and to lose while you winning it's a misunderstanding. Right. So for a misunderstanding, it's like it hurts, and then you gotta regroup. So, you know, because you feel when you rolling, you floating, you ride that mystical ride, you float, you don't think it's gonna stop. Yeah. You don't think the ride gonna stop. You don't think the ride gonna stop. So it's like, hey, when it stopped and you drop, you're like, what happened? And you don't really got no real answers. It's like, it hurts a little bit, but hey, you know, you gotta keep pushing. Today, I think today we did all right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We had to, like you said, if you start off at 15, 16, and I'm coming in 18, and you guys are young, and you feel like you older than us, and you're still young, it's like chain of command. It's like, all right, y'all chain of command is like this, that, and third, but we all young guys. So it's like, you know, it's one of those things.
You know what I meant to ask you? Did you put yourself in the middle of that beef where they was beefing with the locks? And all.
What beef?
I think, what was it? When Beans was going to with Jadakiss.
Nah, you know what? I saw Jadakiss out Atlantic City. You know? I took a flick with him. I was like, that's what's up. I was like, you know, that beef between them, I get it. Them guys was top rappers at that time. They was in their prime. They was in their prime. So it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? Kiss was one of the hottest guys out there, and Mac was from Philly, and he was from New York. And it was what it was.
Was it hard trying to pick who to go with between Dame or Jay with the whole split up of Rockefeller?
Well, no, it wasn't no pit. It was like Dame don't have distribution. It was just like an old thing. You know what I'm saying? It was one of them old things and stuff like that. There was just no distribution. There wasn't no choice. I couldn't go home. They just was like, you know.
Yeah.
And it was like no explanation. So it was like, what am I gonna do? We'll go home and regroup and give you. What's that? Mixtape after mixtape, mixtape after mixtape, and then you.
But even
who you love? Who you love? And then you scream to the top of your lungs. You're like, hey man, I screwed up all this money trying to scream, get your attention. Yeah. Who do you love? Who do you love? It's like, what the fuck? It's like you get to that place, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so it's like shit.
I mean, on the mixtape, y'all had some good ass fucking hits though. Like your class still to this day ring the alarm. You gotta play
that's
that
one of your
shit.
records. You was promoting that. I'm like, yo, she was pumping that joint. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. That was that shit. Like I said, just y'all was at the top. I mean, I'm talking about like, and then all of a sudden, media shit and the coming between with Jay and Dame, like that shit was just like, that was what the fuck.
But that was like those guys was brothers.
Right.
So those guys were brothers in themselves. So them guys had something they had to, you know. They had mending. That was like a part that they had to separate men. It was a mending thing. It was something they had to mend. So it's like us as young guys under that kind of situation. It's like we don't really understand the whole dynamics of it because we're dealing with what we're dealing with from that totem pole. It's like, all right, I'm over here, you over here, y'all handling this from this way, and I'm like, I'm busting my moves like this.
Right.
It's like, hey, look, like it's like, hey man, I'm trying to bust my moves and I don't understand it. And if you reach out, maybe whoever reach out. So that's what I'm saying. I'm an interaction with people. If you reach out and you talk to me, I can get that.
Now I know y'all did the tour. I mean, awesome show and everything. But before y'all all came together, like, was it any animosity in the group just with everything that was going on from Dame and Jay going their way and, you know, Beans getting caught up in it, and then as you know, you guys, did y'all have any type of like, yo, this shit is all going on, or did you find yourself sticking together?
What for the last tour we just did?
Not the last tour. I'm just going back into when breakup time was.
That time it was grueling. It was grueling because we was young. Yeah, we was young. We was holding on to things. We was boys and we had to be men quick. So it was one of them things where you like you said, it's a different mentality. It's a different mentality. It's like you got your thinking cap. You screwed on this way. Yeah. And you coming from this way, treated this way, and then you get to another centerfold where you have to be the adult in a situation. So you're not looking at it from a perspective as Dak's perspective. Somebody might be looking at it from another level. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I might think corporate. You know what I'm saying? And somebody else be thinking another way, but while y'all thinking this way, they handle this, so that's the other thing going on. But I got a family too. I'm dealing with. I'm probably making kids. I'm generating bills. I got things to take care of. So my mentality is changing. It's growing, man. It's growing. I'm growing into a man.
It's hard to know that you went through some things. Y'all was so tight, like y'all was together with this music.
Yeah, well, I just don't get to talk with him no more. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's just like a communication. I think once the lines of communication shut down and nobody can really talk and get into what they need to talk to and say what really need to be said amongst each other and hash things out the way it's supposed to be hashed out, then everybody else gets to have.
Did it hurt your heart when he did what he did?
What's that?
When he put that video out, did it?
Listen, it was just one of them things. It's like, all right, you did what you did. What am I supposed to do? I just don't pit him out there. I don't pit out there. And what he did with me, I don't do for him. So while people doing what they doing, and they looking at what they looking at, I don't do the same thing. That's all that's all I say. So it's like he busts his moves, and I don't get mad. It's like it is what it is. It's like I'm talking about doing a record. I'm quite sure people got the record. It was a great energy upbeat record, and that's what I was on. So motherfucker probably misunderstood me, but just certain things everything ain't fair as life.
Did people start to treat you different when things changed?
No. I thought you know what? What happened was distant. With some distance happening. But you know what I'm saying? He went his separate ways and I went my separate way, but people was paying attention. And what I realized through it all, through ups and downs, I don't care if you rising or you falling. And you get to see, well, hey man, you know, this is what it is and that's what it is and that's how I'm rolling. So you know, at the end of the day, in his heart, he know, damn, that's Speeds. That was my partner. So at the end of the day, he, you know what I'm saying, he probably wouldn't do anything. I don't understand it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it because we come from where we come from.
You still cool with Bean?
Huh? Bean? Yeah, definitely. I talk to them. If you get pictures and shit like that, you'll see me with the guys. You know what I'm saying? You'll see me with them. And you see me busting moves with them, but yeah, I'm cool with them because we made history together.
Tales of a Hustler.
Right.
That's everybody's shit.
Yeah, Tales of a Hustler was a 5-star joint, and I didn't think that it was going to do what it did. No, listen.
5-star.
I really didn't think it was going to do what it did, but it did. It was a situation that took place in somebody's life that was a story that came from a real place, and that was like, wow. So it was good to get that off my chest. That's how I vent. And that's what I do with the booth.
Now, when I watch Power, right, and the guy name is Omar, he plays Goose. Every time I see him, I think of Goose. So every time I look at the white boy, he's Tommy. You know what I mean? Although they got other lives, people feel like you baby boy for life.
Well, I grew a beard. I can cut it off and be baby boy again. No, I'm serious. I grew a beard and I cut it off and be baby boy again. But it's like a character. Once it's out there, it's out there. Once it's out there, it's out there. You know, it is what it is.
You ever think about acting again?
Yeah.
Killed that shit.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's like things I went out there and try to. I keep throwing things at the wall.
Yeah.
If it stick, it stick. And if they holler back, they holler back. But other than that, it's like, you know, what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah.
A phone call. Other than that, you gotta take matters in your own hands. You know what I'm saying?
Was it traumatizing with the change of everything, like just mentally? Did you ever find yourself like drinking a lot or just going other places mentally that you've never been?
Yeah, shit, we party. We party hard. So it was like, you know what I mean? Like, we party hard. So it was like, what the fuck? It was like one of them things anyway, like a challenge. It was champagne. It was like one of them things that went on that it was an era when you couldn't drink the champagne you was drinking with people, and then people felt some type of way about that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like, what the fuck? But I don't go through all the changes. It was times you got sick because you overdrank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You overdrank and you did this stuff like that. So yeah, you know, you go through that kind of stuff.
Now, you know, I gotta get into. I know it's a sensitive subject, but I know that at a point in time, you was like PCP hard.
No, everybody talked about that. It was like, you know, now that's what's wild about that. It's like, you know, everybody said, okay, he was dealing with this change, and he was dealing with these changes in my party, and he went through all this kind of stuff. And he was like, are you doing it? It was like, dang, I apologize to the Prestige if I partied too hard when I was celebrating because, like you said, I was starting a company. You know what I'm saying? I was out here partying hard because I was conquering.
Yeah.
I'm starting a company, and on top of that, I'm trying to like wear all these hats.
Right.
I'm wearing hats, and I'm trying to hold on to things, and I'm trying to keep things in the right perspective, and I'm trying to do all these things at one time, and everybody want. Not only that, you're still trying to find time for you. So while you trying to find for you got all this thing going on, but you trying to find time for yourself. So that's what was going on. So you know, I gave this shit a break. So it was like, you know, you give it a break. It's like, then ain't something to talk about, but it was like, dang, man, you know, you got good stuff going on, you got bad stuff going on. Which one we gonna emphasize? Which one we want to blow up?
You know, I know it's just gotta be hard because you got this image of you Omillio Sparks, Rockefeller State Property. So it's like you gotta kind of, you know, move a little bit different.
Hey, you know what? That's true because it's to an extent. It's things going on that you gotta be mindful of.
Right.
And then it's things that it's like So it's like one of them things like, where did we go to enjoy ourselves? But it's like well, fuck, enjoy myself. We gotta grow up at a point, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna just put that down. There was a time in my life I felt like being an asshole and do what the fuck. Shit happens, and we all, like I said, we make mistakes in our life. And it's just growing pains.
What about that fight on 52nd Street?
Oh, what a fight. We win some, we lose some.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We win some, we lose some. It was one of them things, man. Like I said, at that time, I couldn't see nothing but pushing my company. So that's it. You know, so like one of them things is like, you know, there's two things. You can stay out here and get busy on them, or you can just be like, I'm getting this money. But, you know, Mike Tyson was the greatest of all time, and he lost a fight. So what the fuck?
You ever get people come to you and say, look, I need you to get yourself together. You got some things going on that I feel like you need professional help. I know I talked to someone that's really close to you, and
you talking about call a lawyer? What do you call a lawyer? Or what?
Therapist.
A therapist?
I said, man, he's fine to me.
That, you know what? I ain't really too much wrong with me. A therapist, you know, a massage therapist sometimes because I be on foot.
Yeah.
And sometimes I need my back rubbed.
Mm-hmm.
I really do need that kind of therapy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sauna or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you know that kind of stuff, so you can soothe and relax and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just about being around good, alright people and good company. It's just about being around good company and smart people, and that's that. You know, it's like one of them things. You come from this road, you already understand it.
Yeah.
So I ain't trying to prove nothing to nobody from this road.
Yeah.
You off to the others. You off to the other shit. It's like off to the next one. Off to the next. You off to some other shit. So it's like, hey.
Man, I think you should do media training for some artists, man, because the way you navigate and move, man. He said the prestige. I'm still on that shit right there. Like, god damn. Like a lot of these new artists, man, it's no artist development anymore. There's no more sitting down and somebody helping you get through a question. There's nobody helping with stage presence. None of that shit. So like when I talk to you, or when I talk to, you know, like when I did Miss J, like just the way she navigated and answered questions, it was just it was on point. So me listening to you, I'm like,
that's a mature level.
Yeah.
Through the business.
Mm-hmm.
So you like I say, you get to develop into a person. Mm-hmm. And once you know self, once you know self is on.
Comes with time. So yeah, talk about the state property tour y'all just did. How was that?
Oh wow, that was a good tour. It was a good tour. We wanted to get out there, see we still, you know, bust moves, and it was cool. It was cool. It was just good to get with the guys and hit the road again and bust moves. That was some awesome shit.
Did the male egos come in, or was y'all make it through the tour?
You know the guys, they go through their thing, they argue, and they got, you know, everybody making sure everything's right. So but at the end of the day, we there to get something done. Our common goal was to, you know, get the public what they want. Yeah. So that's what we're there for. So, but yeah, you know how that thing go.
What was the check looking like?
Oh, it's sold out arenas. Sold out arenas. You know what I'm saying? So that was sold out arenas. So it was a good thing, man. It was an eye opener for me. To recognize that that brand is still a shit.
What was your favorite city?
What town was in the shit? I can't. What was one? Where was that? Connecticut. Was it? No. What was it? New York. New York was the shit. I can't hold you. New York was all that.
The people coming in with their state pop outfits on?
New York was all that. People still represent. People still was representing. So to see that, it was like, that's what's up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So to see that, it was like, damn, they still rocking with it. They still vibe. So it was like, all right, that's what's up.
What's one thing you would have did different, like knowing that with the things that you know now, or the mentality you have now? What's something you would have like did totally different back then?
Today?
Yep.
That's a crazy question, because it's like, how could you change it, and why? It's like the only thing you can do. It's like if the songs you put out is the people you wanted to bring back, and that you can't. So it ain't really nothing you could have did different, or you know what I'm saying. It was like that. If I could have did it again, shit, I'll bring people back that I love, that I ain't got around no more. So I think I did what I was supposed to do. And I had fun, and I made my mistakes, and it take you and bring you to the zone where you at, and bring you to the person you are today.
Would you sign to a label again?
Today, I don't know. It depends. It's like when you a walking label, it's like they gotta be saying the right shit. You gotta be saying the right shit. So you know.
So you say you got credit on Give It To Me. So are you still saying residuals and royalties from
Give It To Me, because it's a brand. It's a brand. So that's why I don't get into it with the label. I'm a walking business. That's why I got love for Jay. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things you forgive him. Yeah. For anything that everybody in the past that said some fucked up shit in the past, and you forgive him, you be like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? But them guys did give you the platform to make money for the rest of your motherfucking life.
Did you think he was gonna make it to $1 billion? Or did you know
him?
Yeah.
No. I didn't know he would make it to $1 billion, but we all can bust some moves. Yeah. So them guys, when you look at them, it's like, I ain't about it around, but there is some hope. You're like, all right, there's hope. But, you know,
did you know Dame Dash was going to end up where he was at now? Or is it?
Now tell me where he ended up, because everybody keep telling me things about the
well, I think he's coming back out now and just being vocal about the some of the situations, but not really. He's trying to kind of just. I guess a lot of people asking him about Jay being a billionaire and you know where he's standing, because he's promoting that he's doing movies and stuff now. Like, you know, you dealt with him on the first hand. Like, did you feel like, okay, him being like this ain't gonna last long?
You know what, Dame, man, I don't know. You know what's so funny about that? CEOs are CEOs. They different. They different. You know what I'm saying? They brand and they market different, and they think different. So they look at things different. They got a different perspective on how things go. So to see Dame and he busts other different moves with different guys, it was like one of them things. It's always a transition from something somewhere else. So it's always a transition from some place to another. So it was like, all right, whatever transition that Dame had in his life at that time, that's where he probably was. He ended up where he at. Well, where he was supposed to be landing at. Me, I be trying to figure out where I'ma land. I can't really. So when I saw him and I was doing all this, and I was doing a company, and I was like, he was pumping the company, and I was shooting a hat to him. I'm like, damn, they ain't pushed the hat.
Yeah.
That's where I was on. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, that's where I was at with it.
I feel like Dame gave Jay the game. I mean, they all had game, but like he showed them how to really be a CEO.
You think,
just in a different way.
You feel like
Dame
Jay?
Dame had to give Jay a little something.
Well, people pick sides. People pick sides, and people pick and choose on who they want to roll with. Now, me, I saw Dame pushing, and I seen Jay as an artist. So it's a mentor, and then you got the guy pushing. Mentor, pusher. Mentor, pusher. So it's different. So
who's your favorite person to work with?
Just
like in the game, like who was somebody like yo?
You mean business? On the artist, the prop. It's like we was a family. Rockefeller was a company, was like a squad. So we didn't really fuck with too many outsiders. So that's how we rode. That's how we rode. So it was like, damn, who else we had? Twister, I was around. Twister was a good guy.
Twister?
Yeah, but we did Blow. So Twister was a good dude to work with, and that was what was up. Him, I did some work with Nicole Ray. You know, the guy. And it's like, damn, I got to be around a lot of more people. I've been around Michael Jackson. You see what I'm saying? I got to be around Mariah in the movies. Clue, DJ Clue, we got to be. I was around a lot of guys that's still in the game. So it's like, it's one of them things like, I've been there. So it's like one of them things you've been there. It's like, you know what I mean?
Somebody left a comment in my when I told them to guess this artist. They said that Sparks might not have platinum or gold records, but the fact that he's a staple in hip hop, that's what makes him, you know, unforgettable. I say, yo,
that's what's up.
That's some real ass shit.
That's what's up. Yeah, because you know, maybe they didn't give me the whole platform like I was supposed to have, but I made a mark. I made a mark in the business. I made a mark in the game. So it was like, yeah, that's what happened.
So with everything going on, what's next for you?
Probably, you know, if they were on the road, probably hit the road. If they, want to do more film or whatever, we could do more film.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely more film. That's longevity. That's longevity. I know that's longevity. They get the phone and then be like, the phone call, like, all right, we're going to bust moves, we bust moves. That's what's up. And, as far as the other guys, as far as the music, I know people still like you for the music. It's the part, what part of the guy that you like? Who you like? Which one do you like? It's like, you like him this way, you like him that way. Like, right, let's get out there. It's like whatever happened. If not, then I just gotta go ahead and stand on, my own too and bust move.
Now you're gonna come back, Omillio Sparks, or you just rebranding yourself? You know, some people go away for a while and they want to come and change their whole everything.
I think I changed. I like this interview ain't no different from this, but it like it's an interview in a long time. So it's change. You get to see change. You get to see like it's growth. I have companies. You seen ups and downs of Omillio. You saw times. You seen good times. You seen bad times. You saw things that you saw growth because the old Omillio would have reacted different. Right. So you saw the old Omillio react different. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck was that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like. You saw that kind of stuff, so it's like, whatever's come down the line and whatever's next, I'm just like open-minded.
So who you feeling out right now before we wrap this up? Like, artists, anybody that's out on the street right now, who you feeling? Music has changed drastically.
Yeah, well, what's my call out there? Jeezy out there. I still rock with Jeezy out there. I listen to some of the music, and I'm more R&B though. I'm more R&B dude. It's like that's like I like laying back. I'm chilling. So. I know a lot of music out there and no disrespect to the other guys and I know they out there, but it's like I'm laid back.
You laid back, yeah. That's the Libra in you?
Yeah, that. Okay, then we're running with that one. Like, okay.
That's the Libra in you.
Yeah, but I'm laid back. But I know the other guys out there talking about. I hear them like the beats and stuff like Baby Beat I heard the other day, and it was like rolling. That's what I'm saying. So it's like I know the guys out there. I'm laid back. Like I ain't get a chance to work with the other artists. I just been around our group, so you hear about it. Yeah. If you ride past in the radio and you hear somebody, you hear them. So
that gotta be amazing feeling to still be able to hear yourself like a decade later. Like that's like amazing. Like I would you know, this industry now, and just not even the industry, like people, like everything is so fast now. Everything is such an instant, and things out the window.
They get it fast.
It's no more letting a body of work just sink in. Like everything is like it come out, it's here today, and it's going tomorrow. What's some advice you would give to like these artists that's up and coming, and what do they need to watch out for with the music industry and things? Like I said, I know that the game has changed since you know what was in it. Like, but what's some stuff you could just tell them so they can watch out for?
I would put them around good people that got their best interest and knowing what they doing it for. You gotta have a sound, like your mind gotta be right, like as far as knowing what you gotta know, have a goal to go in there. So I would tell the new guys, like, you gotta know what you're going in with for, so you know what you're trying to come out with. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta be in and out like a robber. So you gotta know what you're going in for and know what you're coming out with. There, that's what I would tell them. And so if you gotta go in with a plan, you come out with a goal.
Listen, I know you got a lady under you married, but can I get one groupie?
Yes, I'm groupie tell. Yes, very married. Shout out to CJ. Very married. Can
I get one groupie tell, or something that you might have witnessed? It don't have to be you, but something you was like, yo, man, this is something, because we famous shit right here. We.
But the groupies,
I need a groupie tell.
They do it in the bathroom. They don't care. They do it. They don't care. These groupies do it. They don't. It's just like when they want what they want. Here we go. They just do what they do. So it's like that's what they do. Just like, you know. And I saw a lot. You know. So once you see a lot, that's what. You know, in the short level. But the groupies out there, it's just like it is. And that's the thing. That's a part of the business that people just fully gotta understand. Like, hey, this really comes with the game. You cannot hide the fact that, all right, you're talking that shit and you looking like something. It's like, hold up, man. You know what I'm saying? Guys taking their shirts off and shit like that. It's like, hold the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It's like so the 80 girls are into this shit.
That's it.
Who that? Oh, it's the message. That's the message. Here we go.
Oh wait, music. All right. So let's keep it going. So so it's all different flavors. Any whatever, you know what? I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah. You gonna leave it there. Sparks, you know what I mean? Yep. Can I get a little freestyle again?
What? Yeah. Oh, y'all want a freestyle?
This is a little freestyle.
Y'all can get it. Y'all can get one right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All I know now is how to perfect the flow. And far as the question is how bad y'all want to know. Did the impossible. Another put this town on go. 36 O's. Man, tell them hoes power they knows. I rock you fellas. Bring my shit on track the trellers and track my trellers and tell them the work the transformers. Great performance. Keep trying to refrain from pompous. 20 years in the game. That's how you fuckers with commas. Switch the climates. Tell them hoes fuck pajamas. Panties and tees. The privilege when you fucking with speeds is a plus if I trust you. Tell them let me see like Usher. No pranks in the game like Ashton Kutcher. You feel me? Hold up. Rules apply. Don't buy. Get the fuck out my ride. You know what I'm saying? About my business. Trying to stay the fuck out the priest and keeping the deeds. So tonight we push that bullshit to the side.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Let's flick this shit up. You was on the couch and
I mean?